Congressman Michael Waltz represents his home state of Florida, and he joins us now. Congressman Waltz, good to have you back on the program today. Thank you for being with us.
Yeah.
Bunch of things I want to get through with you, actually. So your thoughts on that, first of all, because really the central question when you look at the havoc that has been wreaked in the economy all across. I look, outside my window here in New York, half the windows are boarded up. Everything's closed. Thousands of people have left the city. These numbers show that it didn't necessarily matter in the outcome.
No, that's right. I can answer his question. Biden's COVID advisor for him. It's lockdowns don't work. The data has proved that now, and common sense does work, and that's showing to be the case in Florida. And I would add one more thing to the statistics that you showed is Florida has one of the oldest populations in the country, and yet our numbers are the same. Our economy is open. Our kids are in schools. And companies like Disney are voting with their feet with their major operations in both California shut down. They're moving it to Florida. And then the people are voting with their feet. But, Martha, I think it really underscores really the governing philosophy difference between liberalism and conservatives. Liberals think government has all the answer, and conservatives believe the people can make those decisions. And the school issue, I think, is the best case of it. In Florida, we've been open since last August. And we give families the choice where they can go to school in person, they can do hybrid, or they can do virtual if perhaps they have someone that is vulnerable and exposed. But the people, whether it's business owners don't want to get their customers or their employees sick, we let people decide what to do with their money, how to handle this virus, and make the best decisions for themselves. And that has not been the approach there.
He said since the beginning he wasn't going to fine businesses that chose to stay open. He gave them the freedom to decide if they wanted to be open or didn't want to be open, and people the freedom to decide whether or not they felt safe shopping or not safe shopping. And when you look at these numbers, it turns out that it's roughly equal. And you think about the benefit to the economy, to the businesses, to the kids that got to go to school. And as you say, a lot of people are voting with their feet because they seem to be behind that idea. Speaking of teachers, watch this exchange on the Today Show with Kamala Harris on the question of whether or not the Biden administration believes that they should go back to school and teach in the classroom, or whether or not they should be vaccinated first. Watch this.
Can you reassure teachers who are listening right now that it is safe for them to go back to school even if they are not vaccinated?
Teachers should be a priority.
Is it safe for them?
Well, I think that we have to decide if we can put in place safe measures.
CDC's own science says schools are not a source of community risk.
Well, so here's the thing. What the CDC, what they have recommended are exactly that, recommendations.
I am sorry. I have to, just sort of chuckle because, all through the Trump administration, right, every time the CDC said something, it was gospel. And if the White House, if there was any daylight between what they said and the White House and President Trump said, it was, Armageddon, right?
National news,
now, she's pointing out, oh, well, that's just their recommendation. Why? Why do you think that is? Why do you think they hesitate to come down on the side of what the CDC is telling them?
Yeah, that's the easy answer, too. And that's for the power of the teachers union in Democratic politics. I mean, it's straightforward because we are demonstrating right now. We do not have mass deaths amongst our students or our teachers. You can do this in a way that makes sense. And in many of those lockdown states, the private schools are open. The thing that has me so upset about it, Martha, is it's just class warfare. If you're wealthy enough, you can send your kid to private school. If you're a white collar worker, you can stay at home and work with them. But if you're a construction worker, a maid, a waitress, what do you do with your kids locked down at home? And it's just wrong on so many levels. And why they won't own up to it and just take a common sense approach, one can only point to pure politics.
Lots more to talk about, but we got to leave it there. I'm sorry. Representative Waltz, will see you soon, I hope. Thank you very much.
All right, for sure.